it up. Austin Seibert out for the kick. And we're off and running from Landover. He's going to field this. A short return as he's out of the 19. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. You've got a man in motion. Prescott opening with a pass. Catch made by Cooks. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2 yards on the pickup. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Now, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying the right side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Seibert tacks on the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. set, 1st and 10. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Rookie out of Washington making that tackle.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, come in a hurry like he just did.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Taking a deep shot here.
Field, it was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Cowboys putting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. Jamison Crowder back deep for the Commanders. Ooh, and this is a worm burner. He didn't hit this one well. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him.
I'm sure, Kate, that the coaches would prefer he not flirt with disaster on the return. There's no additional damage done, however, this time. Fortunately, get the ball back, and everyone could breathe just a little bit easier.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Putting a receiver in motion. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 1-yard gain on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Option play. Here's a give to Eckler. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Staying with Eckler. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. The tackle made by Mazi Smith. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear a lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Is the in route complete? And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're moving it well, but now face a 3rd and short. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
On first down, here's Eckler. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I got to really to will this drive forward.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. And that short gain is enough for a new set it down.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Seibert now to add the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. They'll send him over right. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to the well again. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if we see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, siphoning up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them Jumps it, takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. Just his second missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Returnable from the 1. And he's going to be out of bounds. Not a positive return there. Only making it up to the 15-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to the air. Prescott after that pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Oh, they faked the spike. They're going to throw. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. We get the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. And it's the Cowboys with 3rd and 5. Dak now from the gun. Has it left side block, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in. Out of bounds.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Brushes him off with ease. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Mark that one down as a 35-yard punt in the end. And the Commanders will go on offense. And that's good for a gain of 5. Marshawn Nealon, the one to send him down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against a front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
Oh, he loses the football. But it looks like someone from the Commanders got to that one. They'll keep the football. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
3rd and short, Daniels able to find Ertz. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
First down, here's Dak. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend's pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Dak. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So they're left facing third and long.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
That one vehemently swatted away. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on fourth. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Reek Woolen with the INT. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal to hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about a safety, and those defenders just wait for that rush throw, and then they step in, they deliver, and they take the ball away.
Not on the same page with his tight end. So second down coming up.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Seibert now to add the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Well, I'd say some frustrations at the deficit bleeding over onto the field as they get rung up for the personal foul.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Frustration and emotion, right? You got to play with emotion, but you can't let emotion play you. And especially when you're digging out of a hole like they are.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. That's
a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So it'll be second down.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going. Get it positioned to swat it away. That is well done.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Prescott set to pass. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Rick Woolen. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. That return right near the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Has a man. It's Ertz. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.